Okay, so Samsung is expected to introduce the Galaxy S24, the S24 Plus, and the S24 Ultra on 17th of this month in California. And we have some real big news regarding the price, the specs, and some cool AI features. But before everything, let's look at the spec sheet that was leaked again, but this time something really cool is there. But what we can see, 6.8-inch Quad HD Plus, 120Hz, 2600 nits of peak brightness display on the Ultra model, and it will be a flat display this time. Except the bezels are going to be slightly curved, and we actually can see from the leaked renders that the bezels are going to be real thin on all the sides and also symmetrical as well. So this is really exciting. The S24 and S24 Plus though will have the same razor-thin bezels, even slimmer than the last year's models, but this time the S24 will have a 6.2-inch Full HD Plus and S24 Plus will have a 6.7-inch QHD Plus 120Hz LTPO displays. And on top of that, both of these models will also get the same 2600 nits of peak brightness. And this is really a good thing because the whole Galaxy S24 models are kind of equally capable in terms of displays now. But that's not the same thing in the cameras department though. The standard model will come, both standard models will come with 50 megapixel main camera, 10 megapixel 3x camera, and a 12 megapixel ultra-wide-angle camera, and definitely a 12 megapixel front-facing shooter. The Ultra model, on the other hand, will have a 200 megapixel ISOCELL HP2SX camera, even though it's the same sensor size and the same pixel size, but this one has few great capabilities. One of them is actually the biggest one, sensor crop. This will actually allow you to zoom in up to 2x without losing any quality at a maximum resolution of up to 50 megapixels. And then you have a 10 megapixel 3x camera to do the normal zooms, just like the current S23 Ultra. But if you want to zoom in more, then you have a 50 megapixel 5x telephoto zoom camera. Now this is again a periscope setup, but this time it's higher in resolution but lower in terms of like zoom capabilities. It's 5x. But don't worry, it will also allow you to zoom up to 10x without losing any quality at native 12 megapixel resolution using the same sensor crop technology. So you are not missing out at all in the zoom department because you're still getting the better quality thanks to a non-upscaled 12 megapixel shot at 10x compared to the current system. Really good. Plus, it will also be able to zoom up to 100x. We have seen it in the last leaked spec sheet. Plus, there are going to be a lot of AI features to upscale it to a much higher resolution. I think that's interesting. The ultra-wide-angle camera and the selfie cameras are not interesting. They are not getting any change. They are staying the same as the S23 Ultra. And all of these phones can shoot 8K videos up to 30 fps and 4K at up to 120 fps. But that's mostly for the Ultra, I guess. Or maybe it will come to all the models, but I don't know that. But the 4K 120 fps is pretty exciting. The other specs are like this. The Snapdragon Gen 3 is coming to all these phones, but only in few markets like US and Canada as shown in the spec sheet. Because there is actually going to be an Exynos 2400 variant of both the standard and the Plus model worldwide. So yeah, you know what you're gonna get. The Ultra model will exclusively be powered by the Snapdragon chip every single places. 5000 mAh battery on the Ultra, 4900 on the Plus, and 4000 standard cheaper model. 45 watt fast charging, 15 watt wireless charging, 4.5 watt reverse wireless charging on both the Plus and the Ultra. But for the base model, it will be 25 watt max. Another thing we can see is also 12 gigabytes of RAM that is going to be standard on both the Plus and the Ultra model. But it's not going to be the same thing for the base cheaper model. It will be 8 GB for the Galaxy S24. The same thing continues with the storage. 128 GB base storage with UFS 3.1 technology for the Galaxy S24, even though it will have an option for UFS 4.0 256 GB. The Plus and Ultra will start at 256 GB of UFS 4.0 technology storage, and both of them will have 512 GB of option, but the Ultra will have a 1 TB specific storage variant. Now all of them will come with these colors: black, gray, violet, and yellow, and they will be named differently. But there are also going to be Samsung.com exclusive colors that I have discussed in my last video. Anyway, let's talk about the AI features. The whole Galaxy S24 series will come with live call translate and generative edit feature. Well, this live translation feature will actually translate the other people speaking another different language that you don't even understand. And it will do the same thing for them as well. This will also happen live while on the call, and that too on device, so you don't actually need internet for that. And the cooler part is that it will actually work, according to a publisher, between a non-Galaxy phone and a Galaxy phone too. But it will debut with Spanish and English languages first, and then it will come with Korean and Japanese. But what about the generative edit? Well, this is the Samsung's answer to Google's Magic Editor. So you know what the Google Magic Editor can do? All of that come to the generative edit feature. But it will also need you to go online to do all these things. So that's the thing. Plus, there's going to be nightography zoom too, which pretty much explains what it is. It's like the zoom cameras even in the night will be great. And then the document also shows that there are going to be high resolution option, which is something that we've already heard in the form of Ramster. It will upscale the photos to a much higher resolution than it is shot at. So that's good. So now the most exciting thing, the price and the pre-order bonuses that we know so far. Well, if you look at the European pricing, you will see a different kind of a trend this year. The Galaxy S24 will start at €899 and it will go up to €959 for the upgraded storage variant. But if you compare that with last year's S23, then it looks like S24 is about €50 cheaper. The same thing can be said about the S24 Plus as well. It will start at €1149 for the 256GB model. Last year's model started at €1,200. The same thing for the upgraded storage variant. But the thing isn't true for the Ultra though. It actually starts at €1,449. Last year's S23 Ultra started at €1,400. So that makes it €50 more costlier than last year's model for the same 256GB model. But this is not the same case for the high storage options though for the Ultra model. They are slightly cheaper in comparison. Another thing is satellite connectivity might or might not come to the S24 models. It's a conflicting thing at this point, but I don't really care about it either. I mean, it's a good feature, but it seems like Qualcomm isn't even interested in it. So Samsung can't really do more than that. Anyway, Walmart accidentally posted its listing for the S24 Plus and it shows the onyx black color. And it also shows the 12GB of base RAM and 256GB of storage and nothing else. Now you might be thinking, what about the US price? If you look at last year's European pricing versus the US pricing, then the leak that was saying that the S24 models will cost the same as the S23 series kind of makes sense. Or it might even become slightly cheaper according to Ice Universe. So if it does happen, then it's actually great, and if it doesn't happen, then it's still fine too. So what about the pre-order bonuses? Well, they will look the same as the S23 series. I mean, the same discounts. You will get double the storage if you pre-order them, and you will get a discount when you grab the Galaxy Watch or the Galaxy Buds FE together with the phone. So that's the thing. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Which color you're gonna grab if you are grabbing one. And Samsung might even announce the official date tomorrow or today. And yes, if you feel like you need some really cool wallpapers for your devices, whether it's a tablet or a smartphone or even a laptop, well, I have some crazy cool 8K wallpapers, stunning designs, and amazing colors. Visit my website, joindavid.com, link down below. And until the next one, bye and take care.